Jealousy and misery are your best friends. Why? Well, because they both lead you to an emotion, which is actually leading you to a desire. I love when I find myself being jealous because that points to me, oh, I want that. I like what they have. I want that in my reality. Or when I'm miserable, I look at my own life and I say, something is not working out here. These two emotions, I believe, are the most powerful indicators to enact change. You have to be on a constant life analysis because if you overlook these emotions, if you feel tension, if you feel a little bit upset in your life situation, but you just push past it, it's going to be inside of you. It doesn't just go away. It might be more quiet, but it's going to fester and it's going to build. And one day you're going to look at your life and be like, why am I here? I am miserable beyond belief. But would you believe me if I told you you've had moments of misery leading up to that breakthrough? You felt uneasy. You felt this disease within your body. You just haven't looked at it. I can tell you an example. For my corporate job that I worked at about a year ago, I was miserable every single day. I ignored it for a time. I said, well, you know what? It's good money. This is, going to lead me somewhere one day. I could climb the corporate ladder. Even though I had dreams and goals on the side that I was working towards, I felt miserable. Until one day the misery was too much and I said, I need to get out. So I started my cleaning business. Literally just on Facebook, I was selling free ads basically in these group chats and got clients that way. But the misery is what drove me to do that. If I didn't feel miserable, I would be stuck. And now I have this business a year later, which is actually propelling me into future goals that I didn't even know were going to be connected because of this business. And misery is what started this. I thanked God today. I thank him a lot about this situation, but I thanked him, God, thank you for allowing me to be miserable. Because without that misery, without that emotion, I would not be where I'm at today. Same with jealousy. Again, an example in my own life was I used to be very jealous of these certain content creators I would watch. Well, maybe it's because I want to be a content creator. Maybe it's because I wanted to make videos like that. Look at your life. What are you jealous of? What is something that your friends have, your sister has, your, neighbor has? And get very clear on what that is. I get it. Sometimes you can't always have what you want when you want it. And sometimes you can't always have what you want, period. But use this as a driving factor for your life. Instead of when it comes up and you say, I'm so jealous, I'm so envious. No. Use that as fuel. Be happy for them. Because one day you're going to be there. And I don't think you'd want somebody being so jealous and miserable and not even able to see what you have as a blessing because they're so jealous. No, don't let this consume you in a negative way. Again, use it as fuel. Add it to the fire because that can be your life. I think that when we get so clear on our goals, when we get so not even just our goals, our desires, that's how we create our dream reality. You can't just wake up one day and say, I'm living my dream without having years and years of vision for what you wanted. Sure, maybe it happens, but it's rare. The people that are where they're at is because they had thought, I want to be there. You never just end up somewhere by accident, okay? Most of the time. Again, even if these famous people say, I never knew I'd be famous. Okay, but you're doing things. You're out there auditioning. You're out there writing songs. That's opportunities. What was I going to say? Popularities? That's opportunities, okay? So get clear on what you want. And in order to do so, find out in your life what you're being pulled to. That is your life destiny. That is your path. That internal stir. I really believe that God placed desires in a life that we can't stop thinking about inside of our head, because that's the life that we are meant to live. Because, you know, we all have our own different desires. If we all had the same desire, this world would not function. But that desire in you, that life, when you think about your future, when you think about 10 years from now, when you think about you with a family, when you think about you with a partner, with kids, what scenario are you living in? And let me challenge you, if you are in a limited scenario, you gotta change that. You gotta get rid of that. Are you in a limited scenario? When I say picture your family in the future, when I say picture your spouse, picture your kids, are you picturing yourself struggling? You better not. Because if you picture that, you create it. I hope my mom doesn't mind me telling this, but she had always told me, so basically my parents got divorced when I was only like 3 years old or 4 or 2, one of those ages. I was very young. They still lived together, they still tried to make it work until I was in 2nd grade, but they got divorced when I was very young. Let me know why. My mom said before she even got pregnant with us that she knew that she would have twins and end up divorced. Mom, well, I'm glad I'm here. Hi, so glad for the twin part, but why would you say that? I mean, maybe she was tapping into some, you know, future dimension, but still, what you know to be now, you create. You know, again, I'm really glad my mom didn't do anything different, because I wouldn't be here, and I love life so much, but, you know, maybe if she, before she even met my dad, she said that, you guys, maybe if she didn't believe that, she wouldn't get married to somebody she actually knew from the beginning she shouldn't be married to. I love my dad, but, you know, hey Dad, if you're watching this, but they, you know, you guys weren't really supposed to be together. I love you guys, so glad I'm here, but yeah. So what you say, what you think about, you create. Get clear in your desires, you guys. Are you miserable where you're at now? I don't want to hear the excuse, but I can't do anything. You can. You can. I'm speaking to you. On the other side of the screen, you have a screen. Come on. I don't want to hear that limiting belief. You have the internet at your fingertips. I don't know if I'd be preaching this if I was preaching in the 1900s, because we didn't have the internet. But I can confidently say you can, and even before the internet, there was people that still made a way. It really comes down to willpower. It really comes down to how bad you want it. That's what I'm realizing. So how bad do you want it? What do you want? Get clear. Look around your life. What do you admire about other people's life? What are you jealous of? What are you miserable in? Are your relationships okay? You know, is your job causing so much angst and stress? Is your home? I remember for me when I moved into this house, I had no decorations, and I'm still not even, I've pieced things together from Facebook Marketplace and literally off the street. And even like me going on Pinterest, I don't know if you can relate, but I'll look at homes, so I'll be like, I want to live in a home like that. Okay, then piece by piece, start making that reality. You know, instead of, you know, even though I'm saying I love the emotion of jealousy, I don't really feel jealousy much anymore, because I feel like I fully moved the roadblock out of my life that they can have it and I can't. I feel like when I was really in my jealous era, why did I just say that? While I was about to say that, I was like, why am I going to say this? While I was feeling more jealous, it was really when I thought I couldn't have it. So I used to get really jealous of other girls' bodies. I wasn't in the gym putting in the work. Now I am. Now I don't get jealous of other girls' bodies because I'm in there putting in the work. I want the best for you. I want the best life. And this video is to help you get a little bit of a lighthouse in the distance. What are you going after? What do you want in life? And these are two very big emotions that can show you that. So thank you so much for watching until the end. I will see you guys Friday with a little video diary. I love making my vlog type videos. I don't really like calling them vlogs because I feel like they deserve a little bit of a different title. They're more cinematic than a vlog. They're my little masterpieces in motion. Although I'm trying. I just started vlogging consistently. I love it. Go check them out. It's a work in progress, but it's truly my passion. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.